Joining us now with more, Ali Soufan, who's a former FBI supervisory special agent who investigated the 9/11 terror attacks, among many other terrorist attacks. Ali, good to see you tonight. And so, I mean, you hear that quote from the cousin of the wife. He wasn't religious, didn't go to mosque, didn't pray, didn't observe Ramadan, drank alcohol, ate pork, took drugs. He was not a Muslim, she says. That's certainly how it sounds, but what do you think?
Well, you know, he fits the profile of many other people who joined ISIS and joined these extremist groups from France and from Belgium. 80% of those who traveled, for example, from Belgium to Syria and Iraq to join extremist groups had criminal records, and they were not observant in any way, shape, or form. Same thing in France. So that fits the profile. I mean, I still remember the 9/11. 9/11. Some of the hijackers went to a strip joint before they boarded the plane. Mohamed Atta, the leader of the operation, had a fight with a bartender on how many shots of vodka he had because he thought the bartender is charging him more money. So a lot of these guys...
But let me ask you, is that cover? Because we've been told by other terror experts that some of these Islamic terrorists are told to lie, to adopt a more Americanized lifestyle, for example, over here, to act Western so that they're not suspicious. Or is that a genuine rejection of some of the tenets of Islam, which certainly don't allow drinking and drugs and carousing, by people who maybe have a foothold in Islam but aren't true believers?
It might be for some people as it's a cover, but also from my experience in dealing with a lot of these guys and interrogating many of them, you know, religion is an afterthought usually. It doesn't mean that they are not dangerous. It doesn't mean that they are not lethal. There are so many different reasons and incubating factors that feeds into the mentality of these individuals and help to radicalize them. Now, to go back to this person in Nice, for example, Megan, you know, we have to keep in mind that in 2010, Inspire magazine, which is Al-Qaeda magazine for its branch, its affiliate in the Arabian Peninsula, the same magazine that taught the Boston bombers how to cook a bomb in at home. It's the same magazine that, you know, advocated and promoted violence against the U.S. and our allies. This magazine actually asked jihadis and asked supporters and sympathizers to use their vehicles to kill pedestrians and create damage.
You know, they laid it all out. So clearly
Absolutely.
He was at least inspired by that sort of messaging. But the question is this what ISIS looks like now? Recruiting these disaffected, you know, I guess he was a Muslim, at least in name, although perhaps not in practice, according to the cousin of the wife, but recruiting these disaffected young men into just killing in the name of Islam, kill in the name of ISIS, kill in whatever name you want, but here's how you do it, and do it on our behalf.
And not even recruiting them, inspiring them, as we saw in Orlando, for example. The only thing a person have to do is just to say, I am ISIS before they die, and I pledge allegiance or a bay'ah to al-Baghdadi, to the caliph, and then ISIS is going to consider it as an ISIS operation, even though they didn't lift a finger. And yesterday, ISIS Twitter accounts and social media accounts were urging their supporters to wait because they don't have information about what's happening in France. So that's something that we have to keep in mind too, that ISIS now is not that physical terrorist group. It morphed into a narrative, an ideology, a brand, and a lot of these people who are disenfranchised, crazy, they just do what ISIS want them to do, and then it's an ISIS operation.
Ali, thank you.